What's Stevicles' reaction been to all this?
Just awe, you think. With no eyes and no mouth, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
He's just sitting there listening.
So, as I was saying, we came to this island, we met a man, well, maybe a man named George, who entreated us. He warned us that Stevicles here was an unspeakable evil, and this crystal
Anyways,
had to be brought to him at all costs. But we sensed something was wrong, and when we got here to the cave, we managed to communicate with Stevicles. He writes on this pad. He explained to us that he's been the product of some sort of, or victim of some sort of magical experiment involving the crystal, so I guess involving you. And, yeah, that's where we're at. We don't know what's been done to him, or even who he is. He doesn't remember his past life. But I sensed, when I got near the crystal, that there was something inside that could be released, so we did that. Stevicles claims that his soul was somehow taken from him, filtered through the crystal, merged with the crystal, taken from the crystals, one of all of those things. Well, actually, here, Stevicles, just go back to the previous page on your notebook. What's it say?
all right. He basically says that he felt his soul being ripped from him, filtered through the crystal, with part of the crystal itself being imbued with his soul and transferred into this other being.
All right, so, yeah, you and
Like,
Stevicles might be, I don't know, cousins now?
I have never seen such a foul creature as this.
Whoa, man. Stevicles, he's cool, okay? We had our problems along the way.
And you also feel, Crush, you feel sorrow and dread all over you. Like, deep down in your soul. But for you, that could be normal. Just feel slightly off the normal, though.
Like, even worse.
Even worse.
Okay. I don't understand. He starts, like, scratching his head, trying to recollect. There were wizards. I remember being imprisoned. Sitting there, listening to the children of my arch enemy, my master, putting me as a trophy.
Well,
I don't understand.
it's hard to trust George. I mean, we knew something was wrong, but we couldn't tell exactly where he was lying. But he did say that he was a man of great influence and that he somehow brought guards. He might have embroidered the truth a little bit on the nature of those guards, I suppose. Stevicles, you mentioned that you killed the others before they could be turned into more like you. Do you remember what they looked like?
He writes out no. Hard to remember.
Okay. Well, so I guess that's where we are.
Interesting.
Oh, Crush is just standing there, just completely clueless. You may be adventurers. Maybe you can help me find Ceres. Maybe you can point me into the right direction to become the best pit fighter in the world.
Oh, it's a fairly low goal.
Yeah, I
isn't it?
suppose. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, is that really what you want to go back to, man?
The pits is where I've only known any glory.
Okay, well, what if we can say, well, how about we give you a trial run on a new glory-based mission, okay? Well, the pits, you can always fall back on that, right? That's the thing. You're good at it. You can always go back to it. For the time being, how about we help out Stevicles here? You know, we're in this cave. We just continue doing what we're doing here. I'm having a really weird day. Okay, I just need to go ahead, center myself, meditate, as Leth would say, and we need to go get some answers from an old man who did this to this man. And she motions over to Stevicles, and it's like you hate cruelty as well, correct? I mean, you fight for glory, but
Yeah, there's
It's
no
not the-
glory in helping the strong oppress the weak.
it's
Like, Crush sort of like lifts up and hears James's words, particularly to that moment. Is this man responsible for any kind of slavery?
Yeah, he turned Stevicles into Stevicles.
Stevicles, would you care to elaborate?
You were trapped in a crystal for some time, I assume, against your will. I don't know your past entirely. I would say though, if you're going to travel with us, I understand. I can sense the hatred. I can sense that growing. You're going to need some degree of self-discipline and restraint.
I had to
Oh,
listen to
I
him.
can
There's
make
a
that
lot of
promise.
face punching. There's a lot of kicking down doors. Glorious Poseidon. It's awesome.
You guys see a battle axe at his side that is, you don't know how to put it, just unique, like your own as well. Like all of your own weapons are unique. You can just tell that from looking at it. Yeah, just thought I'd point that out.
This is Misery's Edge.
Well, you know, it's
Weapon of my
cheery.
clan.
Is someone watching a video in the background?
Yeah, I hear that too.
I think it's Tyler.
Is it me?
Well, are you watching a video in the background?
No.
You have to
I
close his porn.
For like 2 seconds, sorry.
I don't. Oh, it was Zach. Okay,
Maybe. Could you hear it through my mic or something? What was happening?
I heard it. It doesn't matter. I don't hear it anymore. So, anyways, continue. Misery's Edge.
Misery's Edge has claimed many a foe. Has even claimed a friend. I mean, he just looks down in complete sorrow at this.
Well, I mean, I would say our first task right now, without slaughtering and destroying the man where he stands, we should confront George with this Stevicles, or however you'd like to be referenced as. Is that your end goal here, is to kill George? I mean, is there any reason to? The crystal is gone, the crystal is shattered.
Stevicles?
Yeah. We're done.
Resounding yes. I leave or stay.
I'm gonna pull left aside and say, hey, I mean, at the very least, we don't have to necessarily partake in the killing of George, but we know that he's low on magic missiles, and if we just leave, we know what'll probably happen. Stevicles will get his vengeance, and he'll be able to rest peacefully, and we weren't here. Because right now, I mean, this is kind of your choice left, because if we leave right now, you know what's going to happen. But if we stay, we can have a hand in it. So that's really your only two choices. Or put Stevicles down, and George lives for free.
Well, Stevicles, I mean, nothing's binding you to this place anymore. You can leave.
No, my only purpose is to kill George.
I mean,
And
look
then
what he's
myself.
become. I think he at least deserves justice.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of George running free. I mean, imagine what other evil he's done in his life. He's a danger, you know. We stumbled across this island. What's to stop the next generation of our peers from stumbling upon the same island, you know?
If I am to understand you, this George may be the reason why I am here. I need answers.
Maybe.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty
Based
much,
on
yes.
Well, if we believe George's story, he came to the island and already found the crystal. We've already established that we can't believe his story, but we don't know how much we can't believe.
I'm going to say that's fair, but I think he probably still did it, but who knows? We also were wrong about
At the
Steve.
very least, he was
right?
taking advantage of it and using your soul to create monsters. Even if he wasn't responsible for doing this to you, he did do stuff to you while you were in that state.
I am for finding this man or beast, whatever he may be.
Well, we can at least confront him. I think that's fair enough.
Maybe show you my mettle. See your worth.
Oh boy.
All right. Slay the elderly. Let's do this.
On this episode of Heroes of Legend, the heroes find themselves slaying a defenseless old man that remotely looks like Santa Claus. All right.
You just tell that Crush leads more towards violence than anything else.
Let us head that way then. Well, yeah, what do you guys want to do then? If you're decided on it, like, how do you want to approach it? It's still early morning.
I mean, so why don't we have
Crush and Stevicles with us?
why don't we have the
Go ahead.
man come to the cave? We could go lie to him, tell him that it's handled and the crystal's his, and then be like, you really need to see this. Get
I don't
him
think
out
you're
here.
going to be able to. Just being honest with you, I don't.
'Cause
Whether
he's kind of been able to tell if we've been lying, hasn't he?
Just
Correct.
wave at me when you want me to come back in. I just don't want to hear this plan.
Okay.
So
Crush will practice self-restraint and follow whatever you think is the better move, as I have no fucking clue what's going on.
that's great,
Absolutely.
Crush. Look at this. You're already on a path of righteousness. Free from the crystal. Today's day one. You're Genesis. Great.
I think
Alright.
we take Stevicles and Crush, and we just roll in force on the hut.
I'm not entirely opposed to that.
Sounds good.
I mean, the other option is just to leave this all behind. But if we can't do that, it's
Well,
probably best.
we do have one more issue, which
I have I'm not okay with leaving him alive. Our next generation, like my little sister, could be the next one to stumble on this island, and there's no way I'm going to let him do anything cursed. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's all the people that you've watched grow up, you know?
that you're assuming you're naturally better than.
What do you mean I'm naturally better than them? I want to protect them from this evil.
Not everything needs protection, but I mean, ultimately, we have to look at what we're going to do. If push comes to shove, are we
look
taking
at
his life?
Stevicles. Feel his pain, his emptiness. He deserves justice.
Okay, I'm not opposed to it. I'm saying we just want to make sure we're thinking this all out. Especially with any type of wizard, we know that he's cursed. We know that he can't give everything. He can't say everything, right?
Well, we don't know that.
He restrained against it instead of lying. We can at least assume there's more going on. Is he the puppet master?
I mean,
That's
that's the thing. We are going to go talk to him. We're going to...
That's what I'm saying. Let's confront, but before we go right in and start smacking and hitting, we need to know who the puppet master is.
We don't have
If
to
there is
smack
one.
and hit right away. Crush even said he's going to be restrained, so we're good to go.
All right.
There is
So-
one other thing we should think of.
What's that?
When it does come to leaving the island,
Yeah.
Crush doesn't have a cloak.
We kind of need that boat. Shit.
Wow. The answers will present themselves.
All right.
But I would say that'd be my biggest thing is my biggest hesitation right now is that there may be more to the story even than what we have now. We think of ourselves very clever and wise for seeing through the wizard's trap, so to speak. But clearly there's more going on here. I think even in that, if he was in fact cursed with not being able to tell the whole truth, I would want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's a piece of the puzzle that's not been answered.
That's true, but he still did
Okay.
Stevicles.
Okay, well, if I
Alright.
take your arm and smack someone with it, are you at fault? Or is the person who took your arm and smacked someone with it? We don't know if it's him controlling his own actions, even.
Alright, nothing is being accomplished. Let's go. Let's go, let's talk to him, and let's figure this out.
Okay.
Alright, Matt,
All right. There will be talking now. Do the signal.
Kiss me! Kiss
Signal.
me!
I got you guys. All right. So did we decide on a plan?
We did.
We're gonna cast a wish spell.
Okay. A great Djinn comes forth and he says, "What wish will you have of me?" No, not really.
All right, we're just gonna do it's very complicated, so follow with us here. Step 1, we're gonna go back to the cabin. Step 2, we're gonna knock on the front door. Go ahead. It's
All of you together, including Homeboy.
yeah, everybody, all 5 of us.
All of us.
Oh, okay.
Heroes of Legend and friends.
Well, you know what? It actually is somewhat relevant that Stevicles hears part of the issue here, even if Matt doesn't as Stevicles. When we talked to him originally, George seemed unable to fully communicate what was going on. And the idea I guess I'd want from Stevicles is, I understand your hatred. I understand this man. The man responsible for all of this will be brought to justice. I need to know that you understand that that person may not be George. If it is George, if George is in fact responsible for all of this, then I completely understand and he will be brought to justice. If and though that there is another puppet master, there's someone a level above that's controlling his actions, we cannot
Double
condemn
George.
that person, just as we couldn't condemn you for the actions of that you weren't in control of anything. So as long as we have your word on it, that you won't simply go to rip his face off because of the idea that there may be someone greater in charge. And if there is someone greater in charge, we'd want to know that person. Our only link would be George. Is that fair enough?
No,
Then you're staying here.
I will not stay here.
You are, though.
No.
I don't think he needs to stay here. The thing is, Leth, you are not in control. I mean, if we leave, if we walk away like you want us to do, you know what's going to happen anyways. So what is the difference between us being there and not being there?
Well, the difference is, like I
He's
said,
gonna
this
go.
isn't just about slaying the elderly. This is about getting justice. And Leth is right. If he's not the guilty party,
Wow.
There's nothing.
How
you're
is
gonna
he
do.
not the guilty party? He writes out.
I just explained to you that it seemed
Go.
when we were talking to him, he didn't
Go.
have full
he
control.
claimed to
over
be
things.
cursed. Do you know?
You believe his lies. What did he say about his curse?
We don't believe them. We're simply taking them into consideration.
What has he said? He
It's what he
emphasizes.
didn't say. It's that he couldn't reveal the nature of certain things. It seemed that his words were getting stuck in his throat.
I've
Now,
never known him to be tongue-tied.
Fair enough. But we have.
Sure, he wasn't just playing you.
No, we aren't sure.
And
But
that's
it deserves
our point,
investigation.
Stevicles, is because we're not sure.
He
we
walks
think that
off.
We should just should start running.
Yeah.
I'll move to go in front of him.
He goes around.
I'm going to put myself. I guess I would have to shrink myself.
Yeah, sorry. He shoots out a whip of his hand, whips it around your legs. Make a strength, athletics or acrobatics check. $13. All right, that's a success then, since it's a tie. Attacker wins on ties. You are grappled and prone. And he starts walking.
I'll hop back up. I'm going after
No,
him.
you're grappled and prone. You can't.
Grappled by what?
His vine, it's still flinging out. You can't do
Is
any
it made
movement
of
while you are
mana?
grappled. It's streaming out of him as he's walking.
Hey, make me small again.
And he runs out, and as he cuts off the vine.
Yeah, okay, that's.
I'm gonna rush over to Leth and try and get him untangled.
I was gonna cut the vine for him, but
Yeah, cut that off.
Well, that's what I'm doing. By
Yeah.
untangled, I mean I'm got my last clip out, and I'm trying to not stab him in the leg with my magic sword.
So what are you trying to do, Leth? You're gonna kill Stevicles?
I wasn't trying to kill him. I never said I was going to try and kill him. We got to move. And I'm not taking time to explain myself. I'm sprinting.
Yeah, you know that this guy has always been quite fast. As he tumbles.
Faster than me?
Yeah. He's higher level than you.
All right, now the monk is running, and the dwarf, I guess, will catch up.
Yeah, I'm running too.
Following the party. Following these strange creatures.
All right.
These people.
You follow...
No, go ahead. I'll catch up. Don't worry.
You follow... You don't follow him, but you go back to the way of the cabin is. Where the cabin is. And you see George just on the front porch area. Ah! Hello! Ah! How have you fared?
Well, you got some splaining to do.
He sees something in the trees. You didn't kill him!
No. But we did find out some disturbing information about you, so you might want to start spilling the beans. The only thing that's keeping you is how long he can do that before he gets spiderwebbed again. Start talking.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Oh, that's right. You're actually only one person. For similitude, I'm invested in the world, man.
I know we're not in a niche, but I guess the same fighting defensively.
He's like...
Total guard.
Seeger, what are you doing, boy? What are you doing, huh? What are you doing? What? Sorry, dog is all crazy right now.
You got poop and there's snow outside.
Alright,
like,
hold
what the
on.
hell?
Sorry, guys. Dog's nature calls. Hey, what's up? What's up?
No,
I'm
no
gonna take
intention
this
of
moment to reiterate, in the heat of battle, if you see me foaming at the mouth, don't stand near me.
Oh,
You got that.
This is
You got that.
You got the fucking pacifist monk and the bloodthirsty orc. Okay. Oh man.
It's all you, buddy. It's all you. You got it. Good boy. Alright, that's it. We're done. He just wanted to play. Played with him for like 1 minute. Okay. No. Go. He's standing in the doorway with the toy. Okay, now he's chewing it. Good. Yes. Okay, he, What were you saying?
Oh, I was just explaining to George that the only thing stopping him from getting his face ripped off by Stevicles, long story, don't ask, is that my monk friend there is playing like keep away, so I'm gonna start talking quickly.
You dare to question my methods? You judge me?
I'm not.
As you've noticed that his voice is no longer shaky. Just a quick little...
Yeah, I'm gonna back up a sec. He's like, yeah, I dare to question you.
No! I think... Everyone roll initiative as he casts a spell. Not! I need not explain my methods to you who will die here and now!
Aw, shit.
That's a little bit different of a reaction than I expected.
20!